and you'll see videos on what to do and how to plant your plants when they arrive and how to care for them.
Excellent. Thank you, my friend. Everyone, this is the second of a 2-hour show with Barbara King. We've got about another 45 minutes to go, and we're going to talk gnomes. So first of all, I'm crazy about gnomes in the garden. Barbara's going to tell you the tradition there, but there's such a huge trend for gnomes right now. In fact, the whole holiday season of 2021 was all about gnomes. My husband has always loved gnomes and wizards and things in the garden and elsewhere. He has a whole collection of statuary. And, you know, we have fairy things and gnome things probably all over the place because, you know, they're real. You know, Barbara, I have those fairy doors and windows from our Irish friends on St. Patrick's Day nailed to some of my trees because inside your trees really do live fairies and gnomes. So if you are thinking that your garden doesn't have these little guys living there, think again. So this is a great way to display your love for those magical little fellows and gals called gnomes. And this is a Faux Bois Gnome. He's done in what looks like carved wood, but Faux Bois is false wood. It in itself is a hugely popular element in the garden right now. But this one carved in the shape of a little garden gnome. And he's wearing a lovely snapdragon, or it could be maybe a delphinium on his head. So we have either this one, which is lavender, and there is also a blush pink version. And I'm not sure, where are we showing that one, Jen? Are we going to show that online or at Barbara's? The pink one. Barbara has both. So Barbara, we're going to go to you so we can see both choices. And these flower hats illuminate in the evening as well.
Sure do. And yes, you're right. Gnomes are real. If you believe they are.
That's so
real.
True.
And we love that our gnome people here at the flower shop, they never stop at one gnome. So any of you that loved my antique gnome, add to your collection, because that's what gardening is also about, having fun, but adding maybe some statuary to the garden. And do you know, well, anyway, I've heard, Carolyn, that the first ones, the first gnomes were hand-carved gnomes in Germany, and then they started showing up in gardens in England. So even now, when you go to some of the finest gardens in England, you typically see gnomes. But now people have had a little fun with them, and once they start a gnome collection, it just keeps growing and growing, and they're known to be the guardians of our garden. The mythical story was they were underground creatures that would come up and guard over our garden. So I thought, let's have a little more fun and give them the faux flower hat that illuminates at night. And we love this out in the garden, but also my customers were loving this as like a nightlight in a back room.
Totally.
Add whimsy and fun.
So the it's not a solar, it is done with batteries. So you can choose steady on, or you can do a 6-hour timer. So it's up to you. You need to put in 2 AA's and need to choose your color of either blush pink or lavender. These are 16 inches tall. 4 payments of $738. This is the first day ever at a reduced clearance price because Barbara cannot get any more of these for us. So this has been reduced to, by about, oh my goodness, $31. Wow. So you're saving more than you're spending. And so you can put this indoors or out. You know, Barbara, there's no place like Gnome. It's absolutely true.
I love home. I love home gnomes. And these are that faux bois. And faux bois is something, the first time I even realized what it was, we were antiquing in France. And it means in French, fake wood. So, and typically they're made out of cement, the faux bois that we found when we were antiquing in France. So a lot of things in my collection I love doing in the faux bois. It has such an old world look to it. It's really fun to add a little bit of whimsy into your garden and the storytelling. In my garden, the gnomes always end up in different places, especially when we have friends over. They have traveled all on their own, you know. They do walk.
Well, you know,
especially with friends.
my husband is a fan of zombies, so we even have a zombie gnome hidden. I make sure that it's got like one eyeball falling out and it's crawling. It looks like a crazy zombie. So I always make sure to push that way to the back of my gardenscape under a shrubbery. He'll walk out the front door and say, "Where's my zombie gnome?" But I'm like, "Oh, he's right over there." And then, you know, I'll come back out later and Mike has moved him into like a prominent position where he's creeping up on a rabbit statue or something. But, you know, we have fun with statues in the garden. That's what they're for. They're to accentuate your plants. They're to have some fun. Your grandkids will come over. They will absolutely love this. They might move it from one spot to another. It's not, you know, it's not like something's going to break. It's made of resin. You can really see how sturdy it is. You've really got a lot of detail, which you can achieve with resin. This lower level of the flowers are also resin right here around his nose, his little nose. There's always a gnome nose. And then these are fabric flowers, which are weather resistant. So you can safely put these outside and they look absolutely beautiful. So this one's the lavender. There's also the light pink blush color. I would get both at this price. They are under $30 now, 4 easy payments of $738, and absolutely adorable. These are our Faux Bois Gnomes. We do have some incredible edibles in there.